Hello friends, welcome to our session for learning how to create contracts. How to create contracts in SAP. So let's begin with our contract creation. So as we know that the flow wise it should be first PR that need to be created. First the contract need to be created. How we will create the contract? ME31K we will use and we will create the contract. First we will create the contract between the two parties and then we will maintain those things as in the info record and source list. Mainly info record is very much necessary. Now when we will create purchase order, that will be created against that contract, then we will do regular cycle Migo and Miro. So we'll begin one by one. Okay, so contract wise, contract or outline agreement is often referred as blanket or umbrella purchase order. So if somebody is asking what is blanket purchase order, it is the outline agreement or contract. It is a long-term agreement between the purchasing department and the vendor for material. So purchasing department made some agreement, negotiate on the price and terms and conditions, and they set up an agreement that we will purchase this material from you either value wise or quantity wise for last 1 year or 2 year. So this is a long term agreement where multiple purchase order can be made based on this contract. So first we need to determine the sources of supply using RFQ, and then we will select the vendor for making the contract. And sources of outline agreement, like one is contract versus scheduling agreement. So scheduling agreement are actually, agreements are divided in two parts: contracts and scheduling agreements. Contracts are long term with subsequent issues of release order nothing but multiple purchase orders. Different POs can be released for same contract, mainly used for frequent and non-productive requirement, that when requirement will come we don't know, but assumption is that we will need this quantity or this much amount value of material within a year. Whereas scheduling agreement is a long-term agreement and delivery schedules, same schedule agreed number is used for different release calls. That means scheduling agreement is at exact point of time we need this material. So the schedule by which the material is required, like first shift, second shift, third shift, those this shipment, first shipment, second shipment is agreed and known by what date they need the first shipment, then by what date they need the second shipment. Mainly used for repetitive and predictive requirement. So you know that by what time the material should be available in the warehouse, and this can be tightly integrated with MRP. MRP is material requirement planning. So you can predict that okay, by this time I will be needing this much material. As I said, contract can be two types. It can be value based or, okay, one second. A number of different terms may be used for concept of purchasing literature, like blanket order, blanket contract, some system contract or period contract. So these are the different terms that are used for contracts: blanket contract or blanket PO orders, or system contract or period contract. Contracts are of two types: value contract and quantity contract. So value contract, we agreed that this certain amount not exceeding certain amount, and quantity contract we deal with quantity where the price may little bit vary based on the variance. Ways of creating: we can create using purchase requisition, we can use RFQ, that with the quotation will determine the vendor, will negotiate based on that quotation, and will create a long-term contract. It can be copied from existing contract also. So let's go ahead and we will create contract ME31K. Now here you need to know which vendor you wanted to create the contract and who is the purchasing organization. So there are two main person, one is supplier, one is purchaser. So who is creating the demand? Demand is created by purchasing organization. Who is supplying? Supplier is vendor. So these two entities should be known to us. It should be very clear. So let's take our data help in this case. The vendor is 300 and purchasing organization is 1000. Vendor is 300 and purchasing organization is 1000. Agreement type, we can see here what are the different types of agreements: central contract, distributed contract, and value contract. This is quantity contract. So as of now we will create value contract. We need to enter purchasing group, it is 001. So it is valid from what date to what date? Generally it will be valid for 1 year. So we'll create this contract for testing purpose. We are creating only for 2 days, not more than that, because again that vendor and material will be consumed. That's why I'm creating only for 2 days. That is asking for target value. Target value is $1000, 1000 euros. Sorry. So it is saying validity period is less than a week. It's a contract. It's expecting more than 1 year or at least a week, but this is less than a week. Now what material you wanted to purchase from this vendor? It's material 2208. 2208. Targeted quantity, net price. So net price was 1000. Just a second please. $10 and quantity will be 410. Account assignment category is mandatory. So where is this account assignment category? This is item category, this is account assignment category. So account assignment category is if the material is posted, then from where the value of that goods will come, who will pay the money, it's unknown. Great. So we should save it, right? The moment we save it, contract will be created. Contract number is displayed over here. We should copy it because we are going to use this contract. Save material, plant, storage location, and okay. No. Let's go back. Our contract is created. Now we have to update our info record and source list also. So let's go to info record. What was the T code for info record? Source list is ME01 and info record is 11. Source list is this one. Material is 2208 and plant is, I believe, 1000. Plant is 1100. So this agreement number will change. This agreement is being modified now, and we are using this agreement. Okay, 138 purchasing license 1000, and validity date will be 16, valid from is 14. Okay, this line is coming just because I have already created one contract some on the 6th of this month, 6th April. So that's why this line is coming, otherwise you have to enter this. And remember, here I have made it fixed source of supply. So whenever this PO is created for this vendor and material combination, this vendor will automatically be picked by default. It is a fixed source of supply. Sorry, give me 1 minute. Okay, now we will save it. So source list is changed. Now we will create info record ME11. This is a T code for going to info record. Info record is what this data is going to display in purchase order. So we have to be little careful while entering this data. Plant 1100 and purchasing license 1000, right? 1000 purchasing license, plant 1100. Okay. Standard purchase, standard info record. Okay. Now vendor material, see, vendor is there, material is there. Okay, purchasing organization. So supplier, vendor means demand is there created by purchasing organization for this plant. And what is the demand? Demand is material. Who is the supplier? This is vendor is the supplier. So entire information is there on the first page itself. Okay, it is saying purchase info record already exists for this. Okay, so we can't go for create, we'll go to view. What is the T code for view? ME12. Okay, oh sorry, this is ME13. Let's see, we'll change it. Info record, actually one day before I already created this info record. We'll do one thing, we'll delete this info record. We cannot delete. We'll change it. And see, this is the mistake. I have made it valid for 31/12/99. That is why it is not allowing me to create another, because it's already been created. But anyways, this is the info record. Info record number we should know. This one is the info record number. So this is the price of the material in one piece. 1234 is the price of the material per piece wise. Info record, this is the info record. Now this price is going to come in purchase order. So now we have created our source list, we have created our info record. We should go to create purchase requisition. What is purchase requisition? Purchase requisition is internal document which is created. What is that? ME51N, which is created by internal organization. It's internal document that we need such and such material. Okay, so we can copy info record using another info record, or we can create a new info record. Okay, so this time we are going to create a new info record. Double 208, quantity we wanted 10, unit it will automatically take. Plant we will mention is, plant is 1100, so plant will mention 1100. Storage location will be 0001. So storage location will be 0001. I have seen that from where I am getting this data. I have already shown you in my last classes. This data I have extracted from database. Generally real time you'll get the data from the organization. This is called test data. But in some cases you can create your own data. In my current system it takes little longer for the approval of ABAP system. That's why I have taken the data from the database directly, that this material is linked to which plant, which storage location and which vendor. So all these details I have copied it from multiple tables. See, everything came except, let's see, making it fixed vendor. What is that? Vendor is 300. Vendor is 300. Okay, so short term is vendor country, vendor by one second. Let's search the correct vendor. Vendor general, country, company, personal number, purchasing vendor by material. We can search vendor by material also. Okay, let's see how many vendors are dealing with this material. Only one vendor is dealing with this material. See, vendor came. Now enter. Okay, where is the purchasing organization? We have to enter one purchasing organization. Purchasing organization is 1000. See, you are getting your message. An outline agreement exists for the vendor. See the message. So it is giving you information that instead of going for this, you can go for this outline agreement. An outline agreement exists in the system for the material or with this vendor. So you already have an outline agreement. So we will mention this agreement number here. Info record this. So it is giving that info record number this. If you see, you will find out the agreement between the material and the vendor. Now we'll enter the agreement number here. What is our agreement? This is our agreement. It is not always required actually. Sometimes please enter the document number and item category together. Just 10, right? Okay, many times you don't need to mention this agreement number here. It will be configured in your system itself. So generally the moment you give this material and vendor combination, this outline agreement will automatically populate. Okay, anything else that we are missing? Let's see. We have given material, short text, quantity, delivery date is 16. Okay, and material group, plant, storage location, and fixed source of supply vendor is mentioned, purchasing organization is mentioned. So everything is done. Okay, let's check whether there is any issue or not. This is a check button. So no message issues during the check, so we can comfortably save it. So those who are not aware, please be aware that here you can write some header information which will not go to anywhere, but it will be limited to this purchase order. Creating purchase order with respect to contract. Okay, now this is the header item. If you minimize this section is the item section, how many items you wanted to procure. Then this is the item detail section, where every detail of the item will be mentioned. If you want to modify, there will be few fields which will be available for modification, release date and other things. Okay, valuation, account assignment. So far we have not assigned any account. Source of supply, see, this is the agreement number, this is the info record number, this is the vendor. If it is central contract, it will come here in central contract. The status is not blocked, not edited. because PR is not yet created also. Who is the requisitioner? This requisitioner, my the login ID's name will come here once it is released or saved. As of now it is blank. Now here is the item text, delivery text and material. These things in real life will be pasted or written in the different ways, like item text, this will be written on the item note. Delivery text, this will be published in the PO, that delivery note is there. Material purchase order text, sourcing reference, RFP. So these are different text that you can mention. As of now we will save it. Okay, so this is the purchase requisition number. So we have created our PR with respect to the contract. So now PR is being created and PR is sent to purchasing organization, matlab the purchasing people. Now purchasing department will see the PR, they will see the contract number and will go to, see there are three ways of creating now purchase order. One is PR can be created with PO can be created with respect to the purchase order itself. So no need for mentioning the contract, because vendor knows, so they will take care. PO can be created directly with respect to the contract. As per the PR quantity, they will create the PO with respect to the contract directly. They will not mention the PR number. Third way is mainly two ways, and third ways I'll tell you later. So ME21N. Okay, home screen, you should always write /n. This will create new page, and we will better write /o. This will create new screen. So previous screen will be there and new screen will be open. Now we wanted to create purchase order. We will go to this variant and we will go to contract. What you wanted to create? I wanted to create a purchase order. See this line, create purchase order with respect to what? With respect to the contract. Okay, so the plant is 1100, purchase 1000, and purchasing document number. What is the document number? This is the contract that we have created just now. We will mention this contract and execute. One second. Contract. We will remove all these things. Need vendor also. Now we create it. Okay, this contract came here. We'll and copy it. Now this piece 10 is coming from info record. That the info record that we have created, this quantity is coming from the same place. See, this info record number is here. Okay, and this is the outline agreement number, and contract item is 10. Okay, nothing else after that. Let's see, nothing. Done. Account assignment category is U. See, account assignment category is U. That is saying enter the plant. Only information it wanted is plant. So it is here. Plant is 1100, and we will net price. See, this price is coming from info record. Quantity we need to enter. So we wanted quantity 10. Unknown account not defined for use. Okay, we'll use some different account assignment. Let's see, this is third party. Okay, it will go to assets. One second. This account assignment is generally taken care by FICO people. This says about where the value posted, who will pay the money. So you receive the goods, you cannot leave just empty, right? You need to pay the money. So which account, from which cost center the money for these goods will come? It's asking the same information. So I need to check little bit that from which account I can mention it. Give me 1 minute. Okay, so now we will remove it. Actually, account assignment category, we will simply remove it. It is, and enter. In case of music, please tax code will be 0. Okay, enter. So no error message. So what do you think, purchase order will be released or not? Let's see. I guess there will be one error, and then we will work on it. Save. Oh great, this is done. So this is the purchase order that is created against the contract. This is the PO that is being created against the contract. Okay, now we'll see. Here we need to see what happened to the PR. So we will go to display PR /n me53n, and we will, where is our PR? This is our PR. We'll adapt this PR. Status we wanted to see. Status is not modified because the contract, the PO is being created with respect to the contract, not with respect to the PR. Let's now create another PO with respect to the contract, with respect to the PR. Purchase requisition. To remove this, and okay, now what is the error message? 10 PC and can target date be made? Yes, everything is fine. Text code will be IO. It's asking can delivery date be made, because delivery is on 24/4. Yes, it can be made. So we'll save it. Save. So this is the purchase order created against that PR, and before one was created with respect to contract. Contract, display purchase order. Now if you see the purchase order, it should, status should have changed. We need to go back, ME53N. See, status is purchasing document, the short schedule line item, this is created. Purchase order 16 is linked. So this 16 that I have created later, it is being linked, but the 15 that I have created with respect to the contract is not linked, because this purchase order does not know the back traceability. We'll check in the purchase order. This will go to display purchase order /NME23N. okay, ME23N, display purchase order. We will see this is 16 is being displayed. So but I wanted to see 15, not 16. Sorry, I wanted to see 16 only. Let it be. And I wanted to see okay. So what is the purchase order number? 16. Where is the 16? This is our 16916. Okay. So when contract number is mentioned in PR, after that if we create PO with respect to that PR where contract is mentioned, the PO will also have the outline agreement number. See here. That means once you mention the contract in PR, you don't need to mention specifically in case of PO. PO will get updated automatically, and this is the info record. So data of this outline agreement is coming from this info record. So this info record. Okay, and this PO is created using this purchase requisition 6267. Purchase requisition 6267. Okay, just now we have created. This is the right way of contract. Either the inside purchasing person who was raising the PR should know that there is a contract. System has given an information that a contract already exists. Then he can mention the contract directly in the PR, and then PO can be converted easily, and contract number will be mentioned in the PO. Otherwise, if in PR contract is not mentioned, then in case of creating PO, that contract has to be mentioned specifically. Then only this outline agreement will come. Now we will send it to the vendor 300 saying that, see, with reference to this outline agreement, means same terms and conditions, similar price, what we have agreed on the contract, provide us this 10 quantity or 20 quantity, whatever quantity of material is required to the plant. This clear? Now we will see also that 15 where we have not taken help of contract, we have not taken help for purchase requisition, we have directly created PO with respect to the contract. See, the contract is here. So no PR is mentioned. That's why PR, when we have created this contract, PR was not updated. PR was updated with 16, not with the 15. Okay. So I hope you have got the basic idea about creating a contract and then creating a PR with respect to the same contract, then creating the PO with respect to the PR in which contract number is mentioned. You can directly create a PO without creating PR using the contract number. Okay, with respect to the contract, you can directly go ahead and create the PO. Now we will go to MIGO. What is MIGO? MIGO will do goods receipt. Now we will see in case of purchase requisition, what is saying, purchase order is created, purchase order document number was 916, 16, schedule line agreement exists, quantity is 10. Okay, unit is pieces. Now the moment I'll create MIGO, it will change. We have to write here purchase order number Where is my purchase order? I wanted to create with this purchase order. Okay, plant is 1100. No goods receipt possible for purchase order this. Why? Because we have not released the purchase order yet. We have to release purchase order. /O ME29 ME28 I believe. T code is ME28. Okay, now release code, here we will mention senior manager. Release group, I don't think so, we need to mention purchasing organization, document number. Here we will simply mention our PO document number 916. Execute. One second. It's not request for quotation, it's for contract. No, it's purchase order only. Correct. Let me see why there is purchasing document release approved. Give me 1 minute. After creating the contract, we have to release the contract. How can we release it? We have to go to ME35K. Okay, and in ME35K we have to mention here contract number that we have created recently. Okay, now we'll execute it. C4 director, document number this. Maybe because multiple documents are open, let me close this document and try it again. Hey friends, sorry, there was some typo error. We'll go to Migo. In Migo we will enter the PO number, sorry, PR number, PO with respect to the contract. Okay, now we'll enter the PO number, enter. Now this, so this is the material, storage location, quantity, and material is new. Here you will get the more details. Material 2208, quantity is 10, movement type is 101, that is goods received against purchase order. Now we will check it and we will release it. First we will check. So no item get generated, no flag got generated. Now we'll post it. Material document number Migo is created. So this is the material document number. Migo is created. So we'll go back and see what happened to the purchase order. Okay. In case of purchase order, one second. We'll go to PR. First we'll go to PR ME53N. It it is in the display mode. Okay, display mode, and we'll see the status is updated, goods receipt is done. See here, initially it was purchase order was created, now goods receipt is being done. So our PR is updated. Now we'll go to PO, ME23N, display purchase order. In this case we'll see confirmations. Should be history tab. 1 second. History tab, it's not coming here. No, PO is not getting updated with all this because it may not be configured. Otherwise there should be a PO history or history tab in which all the details will be appearing. E23N. Material, quantity, delivery schedule. Okay, delivery, invoicing. There should be something called history tab. History is not coming here. Maybe this system is not configured for it, but we are getting very clearly here. Standard PO, no, this is PO again. Where is my PR? Display PR. So in PR status section we are getting very clearly this one. If PO is configured, then this will also show in the history tab. There will be one history tab where the details will be mentioned. Okay, now we will go to Migo is done. We will go to Miro /OMIRO. So Migo says that we have received the goods. Goods is being received by the organization. Now Miro is invoice posting. People need to pay the invoice, so you can do it with respect to purchase order, scheduling agreement. Scheduling agreement means contract on everything else. You can do it on bill of lading basis and some outbound delivery basis. So now right now we have this one. We'll do it with respect to purchase order. Why? Because if you do it on contract basis, we'll try for contract basis. Purchase order basis, I have already shown you this video, but let's see. No, invoicing date is 14. Purchasing document, this has incorrect category, so category will be, let's say, 10. No, it's not accepting. It has to be done on the purchase order basis. So there are a lot of configurations in SAP that will be done by functional consultant. Based on that, even if you are working in your own organization, many a times they will block the standard way of working. The flow remains same. PR will be created, purchase order need to be created, PR need to be created, PR need to be released, purchase order need to be created, purchase order need to be released, then Migo need to be done based on the movement type, and once Migo is done you can go for Miro. Now the T code, and there will be lot of configurations that will be done based on your organization type and the way organization deals with. Okay, so what is the amount? Amount is -$100, so €100, so we will mention here 100. Okay, so what happens, invoice is 100, we are paying them 100, this is the invoice we have received. So this was 100 and we have paid them 100. Anything else in this section? Invoice item processed, it specifies whether you have compared the invoice item with the corresponding item in the physical invoice. So it's a double check entry where they are checking the invoice item that is mentioned here with the invoice item that they have received. So we are saying that yes, that invoice is being checked. Now there is some message. Let's see what is the message. Message is ERS, evaluated receipt settlement is active for the purchase order. So the moment goods is received, automatically invoice is posted because ERS is active. Still for our practice purpose, we'll do invoice still contain messages. What is that message? Let's see. Text code VA also exists, so we have to remove that text code. Text. We will check it. Give me 1 minute because this posting seems to be taking little time. Okay, posting is done. See here the posting document number. You need to practice these things multiple times, otherwise it's very difficult to remember and it's very difficult to work also, because lot of fields are there, you never know where you are missing what. So we'll go to purchase requisition PR and we'll display the purchase requisition once again. ME53N. See, invoicing is done. So what happens? Based on schedule and agreement, PO is created. Then goods receipt is done. Then invoicing is done. Now this status tab is getting updated. Whatever activity is happening based on this purchase requisition. We'll go to purchase order, but here purchase order is not getting updated. Maybe it is not configured for that. Otherwise, in the history tab, generally in history tab, it will be getting updated. Here you have one more tab called history. Let's see these confirmations. No. So with this, we'll check for this stock also. No need, because we should have checked that before. Let it be. So with this we have come to an end for our contract. So what we did, we created the contract. Because the contract was very less value, we have not released it. Ideally you should release the contract using ME35K. I'll show you the screen once again. ME35K. Okay, so this is the screen. You have to come based on the value. You will select who is the approving person, manager, senior manager, HOD or director, and this is the scope. scope you can change, you can make everything possible. And then this is the releasing document. So what we are trying to release, we are trying to release contract. Contract is K, and then mention here the document number of the contract. Where is the contract? This is the contract. We'll mention the document number and then execute it. So no suitable document because it's already being, this value of this contract is very less. If you want to release this one, let's see. Okay, so if the contract value is high, you need to come here and release the contract, then create a PO with respect to the contract, then create a PR, purchase requisition, based on the contract, then create a PO based on the PR, then create MIGO and MIRO as usually we will do. Anything which is not very clear, or as I said, there are a lot of fields and lot of processes, so everything trying is not possible. You need to explore as per your organization, but the basic and the standard things what is required I have already told you. Thank you very much for attending my session. We'll catch up in the next session with some different topic. Thank you very much.